Hello, I am Rashmi Kohli, a lecturer at the School of Languages at Sharda University. I teach English over here to a lot of international learners, and I deal with various aspects of spoken English, written, reading, grammar, or pronunciation. Often while teaching, I do come across many students who tell me that they are not able to practice English outside the class, particularly while speaking. Hence, we are going to take a look at some of these problems and find solutions for them. As per many scholars, speaking is the most effective way to learn a language. I'll tell you why. While speaking, you may not only improve your pronunciation, learn new words, expressions, and idioms which a native speaker generally uses, but you will also get an opportunity to use all these things spontaneously, though it does require a little effort at the beginning. However, the end result is something you will be very happy and satisfied with. That's why you must practice speaking every day. In order to speak well in the language that you're learning, you must practice it outside a lot. You should make every possible effort to find as many speakers that you can speak with. It is a skill which comes naturally to most of the learners. In fact, even before you learn to write. To be precise, you may not actually need a teacher to practice speaking. Also, it is a good idea to ask your classmates to meet you outside the class quite often, as they also share the same language need and would give you valuable feedback on the structures that you have learned in the class. Very often we hear that the best way to learn a foreign language is to visit the country where that language is spoken. I tend to disagree, as it doesn't seem to be a viable option for most of the language learners. So let's just look at some of the ways by which we can learn to speak the language in almost like native style, quite spontaneously. First and foremost, we must make a list of questions. Questions are very important to initiate a conversation. You cannot imagine starting a conversation if you do not have the right questions. Make a list of questions that you will be using quite often in daily life and try conversing these questions with as many learners as possible. It will certainly help you become comfortable with the language and would boost your confidence. For problems pertaining to vocabulary or new expressions, I think what you can do here is look for some random words. It's not necessary that they have to be related, but in case you want to look for a topic, research well, read a lot, listen to a lot of media that is available, and then try to find out how you can use those expressions in vocabulary. The moment you get an opportunity to try to a speaker, now this is the time where you can use these expressions. If you're talking in a more natural way, you will be forced to use those expressions very freely. This will help you get settled with those ideas and use these expressions at a later date as well. It is a good idea to initiate your speaking practice by doing some small talks, as they come pretty easily and you also can concentrate on speaking well. You can start these small talks on topics pertaining to daily life. Try to speak with multiple speakers at the same time, as it will help you get settled with the conversation and use expressions and words that you would use in those situations quite freely. Another important thing that you can keep in mind is that speaking doesn't go without listening. They go hand in hand. So when you're speaking to somebody, listen well to what they are saying. Think of some related questions that you can ask the moment they finish, because this will help you speak at length with them. Over a period of time, you will realize that you are able to sustain a conversation really well.